Welcome back to episode 142 of my 9 to 8 series. So in last week's video you saw me finishing up some of the weld, doing some of the welding at the back of the 79 car here. What I want to try and do this week is actually finish it. I want to get that welding all out of the way. Anything else back there I just need it done because I really need to push on with the strip down ready for the final spray. I think I say every week, thank you to those members who has signed up. I really appreciate your support for the channel. Anyone that wants to jump on in, one of those sides, can remember where it is. There's a join button. If you're not joining as a member, please just click the subscribe button. That makes a massive difference to the channel, as does leaving comments or just pressing that like button. I mean, pressing the like button takes you less than a second probably, and it really helps the channel. So anyway, let's dive on there this week and see how I get on. Just looking in here this morning, this all good. I was just making the patch, the last final patch I think it is, yeah. There's a bit of surface rust here above this rear bumper, and just below it is a little bit of surface rust as well. So I think the easiest thing to do is take the rear bumper off. I can then, I don't know if I need to strip the entire thing, but I can strip off what paint I want and just get it primed again, sort of secured, rust killed where appropriate. And then I'll probably put it, I might even quickly wire wheel this up so it looks a bit tidier, and then get it back on, because I haven't got anywhere to store it, well, apart from under there I guess. But anyway, get it back on. I'll just put it on loosely because probably when they spray it they're going to take that off just to spray all here anyway. But yeah, that's this morning's job, bright and early this morning. So let's get on with it. What I need is, I've just heated up the top bolt so I know that's loose, and I was just debating heating up the bottom bolt. It's just easier if you make it hot. Now I'm pretty sure I did a video a while back demonstrating the benefits of heating a bolt up that's stuck, and it's sort of counter to what you expect, because obviously when you heat metal up it expands, so you'd expect it to get tighter in its nut. But what actually happens, the heat goes through and it seems to either melt or dislodge the gunk that's holding it all together, and they just generally tend to come out really easily then. That was nice and easy. And this bottom one. Right, a tiny little bit of wrestling with these bolts. They didn't really, I mean, they're nothing major really, but the top one's going to a captive nut, the bottom ones are actually nut and bolt, and the problem is the nut and bolt are exposed to the elements. So the nut on the back sort of rusts up really nasty, which is why I was taking my time. And I mean, they came out in the end without any major problems, but I just don't want to shear it off and just create more work. It's quite a nice challenge actually. When a bolt does shear off, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but I haven't got time today. I need to get on. I want to get this all done, this last patch welded in, and ideally all of this rust exposed, surface rust exposed and treated, so I can just move on. And I really want to get the fuel tank back in. This stupid nut's taking a bit of time, isn't it? I really want to get the fuel tank back in and the car started again. I hate leaving it not started or not runnable. Just knowing how sensitive the old CIS is. Right, that's about 1/4 of a thread done up, just so it doesn't, oh no, that is actually all the way out now. I wanted to leave it a tiny little bit in, just so it doesn't drop on the floor and break these reverse lights, which, yeah, I should have taken off, but I didn't. Okay, that's that one. Let's do the last one. Okay. There's no wires on this, so it should just come out, I think. Have I been stupid? Probably. No. Stupid, but not too stupid, I'd say. It's a little bit of rubber, a little grommet that holds it in. You just have to walk it out. There we go. Right. That'll go and clean up elsewhere, but it's this side I want to look at. This side looks more serious than this side. Neither look terrible, but certainly worth investigating. There we go, it's a bit better with the rear bumper off, isn't it? So where I'm looking is just here, there's a bit of rust across there, a little bit around here, tiny little bit inside. We'll sweep that out. Nothing there. A little bit around here. I wouldn't mind just sort of buzzing that off as well while I'm in there. And this is all before I get in there and do the welding. Then, I'm not sure what that bracket's for, but it looks a little bit rusty. I may just remove that because I don't use it. I can't even remember what it was for. Anyway, let's buzz on with this one. Probably helps if we plug in. I did plug in, brilliant. Let's go for it. Well, what I don't tell you is there's little bits of metal flying off of this thing. You can see how juicy that is. That hit me on the leg. It really hurts. Right, let's have a look. I mean, it cleans up fantastic, that piece there. That was what the rust I was actually concerned about because I didn't know how far it had gone. But other than that, it looks good. I'm going to try and come around here and just see if I can tidy that up a bit. That really hurts. That's coming up fine though, isn't it? I'm not particularly, I can't get in there with it. The tool just won't go in. All around here, I took off the paint I could, no real problems. What I'd like to do is I'm gonna literally just spray, I'm gonna take a tiny bit more off there actually. I'm gonna spray some probably etched primer on there just to cover it so it doesn't rust anymore, and we'll deal with it properly later. Let's do the same down this side. Which really is just this bracket here, I think. Okay, we're down to the last two patches now. I've got this one here, which I tacked in the other day, and across that top, it's actually the other side of this, which I'm still sort of grinding down and making right. I'm going to do this one first and then I'll come around to that. I've actually left a hole here so I can feed in I think it's got a lance and spray or rust killer along the inside there. I hope it's big enough. I may just leave it open anyway. There's nothing else going to be here, so I don't see any reason to patch it up. But let me know about that if anyone knows. Let's get on and weld this up then. Yeah, the welder's set up quite nice at the moment. That lets me do like quite nice lines. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's blowing through. You can hear that go then. It's really annoying. Okay, very typically the welder ran out of wire, so I'll have to order some new stuff. What I'm going to do though is I want to get some spray on this rust that I've killed off. You can see here I've not actually painted it. I need to come back and paint that bit of rust, but around here I've done all the rust killer, so I'm going to get some of this etched primer on just to stop it rusting in this you know, the damp sort of conditions in my garage. So let's get a bit on there. Welding wire arrived, so we'll load that up in a second, but first, new gloves. Wowzer, can you imagine the excitement? Gone are those ripped ones. I think these were 99p in the local hardware store. If I can get them on. Look at that. No rips, enjoy. I think probably the most comments I get are about my gloves. So enjoy this moment for the few seconds they're going to be clean. It's basically this thing. This is the enemy of all gloves because I touch the back and it rips them open. Anyway, let's do the wire and the welder, and then I can finish welding this piece and then we're all done. Right, let's try and untangle myself. It's really hot today and I've got my my favourite welding jacket on. I actually feel naked if I don't have this jacket on now. Ripped as it is. I've done this car for 3 or 4 years in this jacket. Kind of hard to let it go. But either way, it's my welding jacket, so that's why we're using it today. Let's get the gas on. Common mistake, forget to put the gas up. My common mistake. Right. Okay, we're good. All I'm going to do then is, I managed to weld this side before the gas ran out. I need to run across the top there and come down this side here. Better. It's definitely getting hot enough. And you can't see the smoke properly, can you, from up here? A lot of smoke. I think that'll grind up fine. We'll grind up later and have a look. So that concludes the welding on this side of the car. What I need to do now is go back and do the little piece that, like this sort of lip. I've got to cut out. I just need to finish shaping it and then tack it in, and then we'll grind it right down so it's the correct size. But that should be quite interesting to do, so I'll get on with that now. Right, now I reckon that is a pretty good fit. I've sort of trimmed off appropriately, and I think we can tack that in now. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Obviously there's a lot around the front here, and I may go and actually grind that on the bench. I've got that in my mouth, just to avoid having to take off so much material while it's attached to the car. But it's something about that much. That'd be like a safe amount just to skim off. I spent about probably half an hour getting this piece correct. It fits in there quite nice, just using molar grips to hold it level that side. Finally using a welding magnet on this side. I think we're pretty perfect. Obviously the front's not, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna grind that off once we're on. But it's this line here I'm trying to get right. And it's pretty decent, I think. Bit harder up the back there, just to get the weld in, but that's looking good. I'm pretty happy with that. It's, I hate to always say the same thing. It's up to my standard of welding. It got a bit patchy under here, it blew through here, but that's all kind of par for my course, isn't it? What I'm going to do now is grind it down a little bit and see what we've got. What I'm hoping, all of this sort of exposed stuff is quite good. I was pretty happy with that. So I'm kind of hoping that will come up pretty good. Let's have a look though. Right, that's never going to be perfect, but I'm going to get some spray on there just to cover it up, and it kind of shows the imperfections a bit easier. Let's give it a quick misting over with grey. This is the edge primer. I've done every piece of welding back here now apart from this one little bit. So that's the replacement panel I've got. I'm going to enlarge this a little bit so it's a bit easier to weld, and then I'm going to take a slice out of this, weld it in, and we should be completely done. Right, that's it. That's the piece I need. So what I need to do is work out where that is bonded together. Maybe it all is. Anyway, splice that in. Whoops. And obviously the piece I've cut off is much bigger than required, but we're in the right direction. So I'm going to now sort of widen this out. I'll probably come this way because this is the old metal. I'm only going to come about 1 centimetre or so, something like that. Enough for me to be able to weld. Right, you can see my little piece. Gloves off for this one. It's probably still hot, but I need a little bit of a gap to put the weld in, otherwise if it's too tight it's not going to work. But we're pretty much there. I've got a little lip. I'm going to take it off of the insert, but I think we're pretty damn good there. Okay, hopefully you can see that. It's not a bad shape actually, not bad fit. It's a slightly different shape down the bottom edge here. So what I'm going to do is tackle on the top and then tap it down. But I think that's going to fit quite well. Let's two on that side. Okay, and then what I want to try and do is just looking, it's not spot on. Not bad though. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. I've got to try and do the back side of it, which is going to be a bit tricky. So it's not the tidiest thing in the world, but that will be ground down quite nice. But the important thing is the shape is correct. I was never going to make this thing perfect, but it's a damn sight better than it used to be. It had what I'm guessing is a magnesium coating on it, but it failed in so many places it just looked a bit like a patchwork quilt. Not anymore though, it doesn't have any of that now. So yeah, I'm going to put that back in the car. Now I can't remember what way up it went. I think it's probably this way at a guess. So I'm going to put it in, we'll see if I'm right. If not, I can swap it over. Easy enough. Oh. There we go. It's up the wrong way, isn't it? It must be up the wrong way. So it must be up the wrong way because it hits the back of the car. You know, this thing. So let's swap it around. That's the right way round now though, remember it. There's like a little table at the end, isn't it? So I do need this rubber thing off the end. Right, with a screwdriver, that'll do it. Now we just need to go in the hole. The problem is, obviously it's going in wonky, which means it's gonna slide the rubber off it again. I want the rubber at the end. Like that. No, like that. There we are. Right. We're in. Right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm really chuffed with that, as I think I said that every week as well. That is, as far as I'm concerned, 100% of the welding done. So I can put the welder away. You can all breathe a sigh of relief. You won't see me doing my little slug welding anymore. Not for a while anyway. And probably not on this car at all ever again. Good to get that rear bumper off as well. I don't know what was on there. Tell me, leave me a comment, tell me what was on it. It looked like maybe magnesium coating or something. I've stripped all that off because it's not doing any good now. Nice to clean it up, bolt it. It's not actually bolted back on, I've just pushed it on because I know they'll take it off when they spray. But it's that surface rust I really wanted to kill on the back there, and that's gone now, so that's really good. Anyway, so I think from now on, probably next week, I'll try and get the fuel tank back in, get the car starting, and then I can start on the final strip down, getting the dashboard out, getting the seats out. I don't know what else is left in there actually. There's not a lot left in the car, but we'll strip it right down. There's a bit of rust around the front windscreen, so we'll get all of that out, ready ahead of the spray, which will be coming up soon, hopefully. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's wrap it up there. Thank you as ever for watching. Getting this far is an achievement. Click that like button, like I said at the start, just give it a quick click. Subscribe and leave me comments.